There is a woman in Kanazawa whose bathroom has almost nothing on the counter, one small dish of soap, a single folded cloth, a glass holding 2 toothbrushes. That is all. It is not a large bathroom. It is not new. But every morning when she steps into it, the room is dry, clear, and quiet, and it stays that way with almost no effort at all. And somewhere else right now, someone is reaching past a crowd of half-empty bottles to find the one thing they actually use. Stepping onto a bath mat that never quite dries, opening a cabinet packed with products that expired years ago, a room that always feels slightly damp, slightly crowded, slightly against them, a room they clean often and that somehow never feels clean. What if the difference between those two bathrooms has nothing to do with size, or how often it is scrubbed, and everything to do with 15 specific things that Japanese bathrooms quietly refuse to keep? By the end of this video, you will know all 15. And number 7, the one sitting on almost every bathroom counter in the West right now, is the one people are most surprised to learn they should move tonight. Stay until number 15 because it is the single small habit that keeps all 14 from ever coming back. Before we go through the 15 things, there's something worth understanding about how Japan treats the bathroom, because it is not the way most of the world treats it. In many homes, the bathroom is simply a functional room, a place you use quickly and leave. In Japan, it is treated as something closer to a place of renewal, kept clean not for guests, but for the person who steps into it every day. And there is a specific idea at the center of that. The Japanese speak of mizumawari, the spaces around water, the sinks, the drains, the wet surfaces of a home. These areas are treated as a reflection of the state of the mind, where water is left to sit and stagnate. A heaviness is believed to settle, not only in the room, but in the person living inside it. Modern hygiene research arrives at a similar place from a different direction. A damp, cluttered bathroom is not only unpleasant to look at, it is an environment where moisture, bacteria, and mold quietly accumulate on exactly the surfaces you touch most. Japan does not fight that with more scrubbing. It fights it by refusing to let those conditions build in the first place. And there is a second reason the room matters so much in Japan. The bath itself is treated less as a place to get clean and more as a place to recover. A warm, quiet end to the day. A bathroom buried in damp clutter cannot offer that. A calm, dry, uncluttered one can. So the care that goes into these 15 things is not really about appearances. It is about protecting one of the few small moments of genuine restoration a day contains. 15 things. Let us go through all of them. Number 1, a toothbrush left out in the open beside the toilet. Look at where your toothbrush lives right now. If it sits on the open counter, within a meter or 2 of the toilet, here's what most people have never been told. Every time a toilet is flushed with the lid up, it releases a fine, invisible mist of water droplets into the air. Research published in the journal Physics of Fluids used special lighting to make that plume visible for the first time and found it rises upward and settles across nearby surfaces within seconds. Your toothbrush is one of those surfaces. In Japan, the habit is simple and automatic. The lid goes down before the flush, and the toothbrush lives inside a cabinet behind a closed door, not out in the open. Move your toothbrush tonight, close the lid before you flush. 2 seconds, and what lands on the thing you put in your mouth changes completely. Number 2, expired makeup and old skincare. Open the cabinet and look at the dates. The mascara from 2 years ago, the half-used foundation, the cream you bought once and never finished. Makeup and skincare are not permanent. Once opened, they become a warm, moist home for bacteria and applied to your skin and near your eyes. Old product is a quiet source of irritation and breakouts. The rule many people follow is simple. Mascara and liquids last only a few months once opened, creams last a little longer, and when you cannot recall when you opened something, that uncertainty is itself your answer. Japan's respect for shun, for what belongs to the present moment, rather than what has lingered past its time applies here as directly as it does to food. If you cannot remember buying it, it is done. Clear anything expired tonight and keep only what you actually use now. Number 3, the graveyard of nearly empty bottles. Every bathroom collects them, the shampoo with an inch left in the bottom. The tiny hotel bottles saved for a someday that never comes, the conditioner you have replaced but not thrown away. So now 2 of the same things share the shelf. Each one is not just clutter, it is a small unfinished decision, and a shelf full of them is a shelf full of tiny unresolved questions your eye passes over every morning. Japan's approach is to finish or release. Use the bottle to the end or let it go. Do not store the decision. Pick up every nearly empty bottle tonight and decide once which ones stay. Number 4, a towel that never fully dries. The towel that hangs bunched on a hook, damp in the folds, still faintly wet when you reach for it the next morning. A towel that never dries completely is a towel growing bacteria, and it is the reason a clean towel can carry a stale, musty smell. In Japan, towels are hung spread out so air moves through them and swapped often. Spread your towel wide instead of bunching it and let it dry fully between uses. It is the difference between a towel that refreshes you and one that quietly does the opposite. Number 5, a bath mat left permanently wet on the floor. The mat that lives on the floor, soaking up water after every shower and never truly drying, pressed against tile in the dark. This is one of the most reliable places in a home for mold and mildew to take hold right underfoot. In the room you enter barefoot, Japan keeps the floor of the washing area able to dry, and a mat that stays wet works against that entirely. Hang your bath mat to dry after use or switch to a fast drying one. The floor you step onto should be dry, not quietly damp. Number 6, expired medicine in the cabinet. The pain reliever from 3 years ago. The half bottle of cough syrup from a winter you barely remember. The prescription that was never finished. Old medicine is not a harmless backup. Over time, it can lose its effectiveness, and in the moment you actually need something, you do not want to be guessing. Japan's sense of shun, of keeping only what is current and true, means the cabinet holds what works now, not a museum of past illnesses. Go through it tonight. Anything expired leaves. What remains should be only what you would actually reach for today. And now, number 7, the one I told you about at the start. Number 7, a counter crowded with products. Look at your bathroom counter, count what is on it. For many people, it is a small city of bottles, tubes, and jars. Most of them used rarely, all of them gathering a fine film of moisture and dust, all of them needing to be moved every time the counter is wiped. In Japan, there's a deep appreciation for yohaku, the empty space that gives a room its calm. A clear counter is not bare, it is restful, and it is dramatically easier to keep clean because there is nothing to lift, move, and replace. Everything on that counter that you do not use daily has a home inside a drawer or cabinet. Tonight, take everything off the counter and put back only the 2 or 3 things you truly use every day. The rest goes behind a door. The quiet that returns to the room is not small, and there is a daily cost to a crowded counter that most people never name. Every morning, before you are fully awake, your eyes have to sort through all of it to find the one thing you need. It is a small tax on a mind that has not even started its day. A clear counter removes that tax completely. Number 8, a shower crowded with half-used bottles. The shelf or the floor of the shower lined with a dozen bottles, most of them nearly empty, all of them slick and slippery to move around. Every morning, half awake, you sort through them to find the 2 you actually use. That is a small drain on a mind that has not even had coffee yet. Japan keeps the essentials, and only the essentials within reach. Clear the shower down to what you use every day. Fewer bottles, no sorting, and far less to clean around. Number 9, old razors. The disposable razor left in the shower, going dull and spotting with rust between the blades. A rusted aging blade is both less effective and a source of bacteria against your skin. Japan's habit of not letting worn out things linger applies here too. Replace old razors, store them somewhere dry rather than in the wet of the shower, and stop keeping the ones that are past their use. Number 10, the drawer of freebies and samples. The drawer or the basket filled with sample sachets, hotel soaps, and free gifts you have never once opened. It is kept out of a vague sense that it might be useful someday, but someday rarely comes, and in the meantime, it sits there, a small pocket of low-level guilt every time you open it. Japan's clarity about what earns a place in the home means these do not get to quietly accumulate. Use them this month, give them to someone who will, or let them go. A drawer is not a place to store good intentions. Number 11, an old loofah or sponge. The loofah or bath sponge that hangs in the damp shower for months because it stays wet and traps dead skin. It becomes one of the more bacteria-friendly objects in the whole bathroom. Japan favors things that can be cleaned and dried completely or replaced often. If yours has been there for months, it has done its time. Replace it and keep whatever you use somewhere it can actually dry between uses. Number 12, a trash can with no lid, an open bathroom bin, overflowing, sitting in a warm and often humid room. In a small space that is a steady, quiet source of odor and exposure. Japan tends to keep bathroom waste contained and emptied often. Switch to a small bin with a lid and empty it before it fills. A tiny change that the whole room can feel. Number 13, too many towels crammed into the cupboard. The linen cupboard stuffed so full that folding anything back in is a small battle, packed with old, thin, mismatched towels you never actually choose. Japan's practice of danshari, of letting go of what no longer serves, means the cupboard holds a small number of good towels, not a large number of tired ones. Keep the towels you genuinely reach for. Release the thin, the frayed, the ones that have not touched your skin in a year. A cupboard you can open and close easily is a small daily relief. Number 14, a pile of half-used cleaning products. Under the sink, a jumble of sprays and bottles, several of them nearly the same, most of them barely used, none of them with a clear place. Every time you need one, you move the others. Japan's habit of giving each thing a single home means cleaning supplies are few and organized, not a shifting pile. Keep the few you actually use, give each one a spot, and let the rest go. The point is never to own more cleaning power. It is to make cleaning require fewer decisions. And now, number 15. The one I told you ties everything together. Number 15. The habit of leaving the water spaces unwiped. Here is the single practice that keeps all 14 from ever returning. After you use the sink, after you brush your teeth, after you wash your face, take the cloth that hangs beside it and wipe the surface dry. 10 seconds, the sink, the counter, the splashes around the tap. This is the living heart of mizumawari, the care of the spaces around water. A bathroom does not become damp and heavy in a single day. It becomes that way through accumulation, through water left to sit again and again, until mold, odor, and clutter feel like permanent features of the room. The 10-second wipe closes that loop every single time before it can open. Standing water never gets the chance to settle. The counter is always dry, always clear, and notice how the whole room feels the next morning. Dry underfoot, clear to the eye, ready for you, rather than waiting to be dealt with. That feeling repeated quietly every single day is what a cared-for bathroom actually gives back. A cloth kept within reach, a wipe after every use. This one habit is the reason the woman in Kanazawa never scrubs her bathroom into submission on a Saturday. Her room simply never gets the chance to become a problem. Here's everything in one breath. Move the toothbrush and close the lid. Clear expired makeup. Finish or release the near-empty bottles. Dry the towel fully. Hang the bath mat. Clear old medicine. Empty the crowded counter. Pare down the shower, replace old razors, clear the sample drawer, replace the old loofah, lid the trash can, thin out the towels, tame the cleaning products, and wipe the water spaces dry. Every single time. 15 decisions, each one made once, each one protecting a room that is meant to leave you cleaner and calmer than it found you, not quietly working against you. The woman in Kanazawa, with her clear counter and her dry, quiet bathroom, did not get there through hours of scrubbing. She got there through 15 small decisions she made once and has never needed to make again. Tonight, before you go to bed, walk into your bathroom. Do not clean it. Just look at it. Find one thing that is there because it arrived and never left, rather than because it belongs. Pick it up, make the decision that was never made. That is where it starts. One object, one decision, the bathroom that feels calm and clean. The moment you walk in is not a renovation away. It is 15 decisions away, and the first one is waiting for you tonight. Now, I want to hear from you right now before you close this. Which of these 15 is the one your bathroom is most guilty of keeping? Which one have you walked past every single day without ever asking whether it belonged there? Drop the number 1 through 15 in the comments, because naming it is the first step toward removing it. And someone reading your comment might see themselves in it and finally feel ready to make the same decision. If this opened your eyes even a little, share it with one person whose bathroom you have stood in and quietly thought they deserve a calmer room than this. Take care of yourselves. I will see you in the next one. This content is for general well-being and lifestyle inspiration only, not medical advice.